Hey, it's Chuck here back with Milton Daily Homes. Huge list today, 28 properties. So strap on your seatbelt. Let's get ready to ride. Okay, so coming off basically anything from Friday on. So the long weekend. Hope you had a great one. First one up, 1471 Maple, number 304. It's at 224.9, and so you've got nice color kitchen cabinets, stainless steel appliances. And a good open concept layout. So it's a very classic one-bedroom design. There's a good amount of space, and for 224, you figure you put 5% down on that. You put, by the time you do your closing costs, 15,000 down. You're probably hovering, even after you pay your heat and your hydro and everything else, probably $1,200. That's not bad when you compare it to rent. So that's a good deal. I think it might work for an investor, or it might work for somebody who just wants a home for themselves. Now today is definitely the day of condo townhouses. I didn't even include one because it already had an offer on the weekend, but we got 3 or 4 of them. This first one at 235 Bronte is at 233.9, 3-bedroom, 2-washroom. Has a finished basement, 283 on the fees. No photos yet. It looks like there's hardwood and there's laminate and it's kind of a split level design. It's a good complex. It looks like a good price. Hard to find them in that range. So 341 Wilson. Number 45 is at 241.9, and just gorgeous upgrades in this one. You'll notice the electric baseboard heat, and I've talked about that before as being, you definitely have to manage that, okay? So if you just let it run all the time when you're at work and everything else, it can get very expensive, because the price of electricity is a lot more expensive than gas when you look at heating a home. So you've got a good open concept layout. The kitchen's in great shape. It's all been renoed. You've got some extra storage there, so lots of space in here to work with. You could probably still fit an eat-in table in there. And there you go. So nice, really, really nice. The electric baseboard is the only thing that holds me back a little bit. The fees are slightly higher than the usual, but I don't think that's going to have a huge effect on your life long term. 371 Bronte number 106 is at 244.9. Again, another condo townhouse. 241 a month on the fees. Laminate floors, and so they've taken the original cabinets and they've kind of painted them, and I think what they've done is they've blown out the wall here too. You can see the floor vent here, which again might appeal to some people looking for more of the open concept, because some of the complaints with the older stuff is that it just doesn't, it's a little bit more closed off. Looks like this one has an ensuite as well. Okay, so you've got 3 bedrooms upstairs, and having those 2 bathrooms is certainly a positive thing. So good looking stuff. I mean, I'm a big fan of this one at 244.9. And Schreier, now we're moving into the freehold. No condo fees here, 299. This is 1,200 square feet. I would say it's maybe 4 years old, 5 years old, tops. Great model here. It actually feels bigger than 1195 square feet. It's got a big open concept layout. You can see they've done the backsplash, the under cabinet lighting. This to me looks like last year pricing. Really, I think aggressively priced, and they're going to do quite well on this one. You've got it's terrific. It's a great listing. Okay, 635 Frank Place. Now we're moving up probably about 150 square feet compared to that one. We're at about 1,350. 317.9, you're getting the 3rd bedroom here, and the 2nd and 3rd bedrooms are a little small, but they can still fit a queen-size bed. You've got a main floor area that could be used as sitting, could be an office, an exercise room. There's a good look at it right there. Move up to the 2nd floor, you've got your kitchen with the living and dining. And you can see the hardwood floors. Now from that shot, you wouldn't even tell it's hardwood, so it's good to see the one previous. I often wonder sometimes if having a huge area rug over top of hardwood is really showcasing the hardwood to its best ability. But you've got a good look out here. You can see that you've got looks like some green space just over here. If that's facing south, there's a nice little park there. And again, a nice listing here. December 2nd is the date they quote, and usually when we see that, it means that that's an important date for the sellers, and I'm sure they look favorably upon an offer that has that closing. 805 Gaisley looking for a bit of a quicker closing here. Looks like there's 2-car parking in the driveway. Gaisley's a good quiet street. If you don't live there, you don't generally drive on it. $335 is the price. I have a feeling this is already gone because it's a great deal, and stuff under $350, especially the two-story like this, goes really quick. Okay, so laminate floors, open concept layout. You only have one full bathroom upstairs, and then you've got your finished basement down at the bottom. All right, lovely stuff. Okay, so that one is a hot listing. 1112 Barclay's the next one, 349.9 Croftside model, and so there's no photos on this one. I think this one's poised to definitely go pretty quick. Hardwood floor, California shutters. You got the fireplace. So there was one that was very similar to this that recently sold right for the same price, and I think these guys are basically trying to duplicate that. And I'm sure that that one's gone in a week. Okay, so 1027 Barclay. $355 is the price, and so you've got again comparing this one to the one that was that sold basically just a hair under $350. I seem to remember the other one having a really nice impression. This one may be a little bit less. I mean, there's still a lot of good features in here, but I mean the other one just looked like it showed just a touch better. You do have a good wood deck in the back there too. There's even some sitting areas, some planter boxes. Completely different market over $350. So sometimes it's like you could list at $349 and potentially get a lot of action. Over $350, are you going to lose half your buyers? I don't know. I mean, it definitely, my experience, it can work both ways. It depends a lot on what you're competing against. 1375 Costigan is at $374.9, and so it's now there's a 7-story condo behind this one on Costigan, but a bit of a different layout than what we usually see with these models. The kitchen is slightly different. It sort of is going into the wall there. Hardwood floors. You've got nice. I mean, cared for in the like. I mean, you can tell that a family cares about their kids here. It makes a big difference. Those are the things that you can't value on paper the same as hardwood. The basement is in a stage of finishing. It looks like there's no baseboards. There's some red tape around the window. Who knows? It might be finished by the time you go have a look at it. So Prosser Circle 389 is the Linwell end. It's 1682 square feet. 3-bedroom, 3-washroom. Got great looking colors in here. I love the way the white mixes with the color on the walls here. Stainless steel appliances, tiles on the diagonal. I love a good white kitchen, especially with those little black handles. So lots of details that have been looked into this one. It's a good area. It's not far from the park there too. A good place for an office or even a dining room. Lights have been upgraded. So just a lot of good things with this one. $389 is the price. I think that's a very fair price. I mean, there's a real game changer last week that sold for $409. It was a townhouse and it was less than 1,500 square feet. Not including the basement, of course, but that was a real wow for me anyway. So 27 Dills, $389. It's a semi-detached. You can see there's a lady out here gardening, and it looks like the neighbor's car crashed into their front step, but they're probably just trying to temporarily park their car there. Maybe they're unloading groceries, who knows. So big layout here. You've got your kitchen with the eat-in. You've got a big open area right here, California shutters. You've got ceramic backsplash, hardwood floors. That's more towards the front of the house. There's the back part. And then upstairs you've got 3 bedrooms. And I'm sure it's going to be a good size. You can tell by the main floor how big it is. And it looks like it's 1,760 square feet. And there's a partly finished basement too. So all that stuff I think is adding up to a good listing. 835 Gifford, this is 1,837 square feet. To me, this almost looks like there's an elevator that's in the front of the house, but clearly it's not. So you've got a bit of an office or a living area on this level. Crown moldings. This home is just loaded with upgrades. Okay, so you've got all the pot lights here. Significant amount of work has been done. You've got extra pantry space, open concept. It looks like the counters have been upgraded. The stairs have been painted. The floors upstairs. I could go on and on about this listing. I think it's priced really well. I thought the Linwell, which is 200 square feet smaller, is priced well. And this is only $10,000 more. It's a bigger home. So really nice. Big fan of that one. So 137 Homes, $399.8. It's semi-detached, 3-bedroom. It's got hardwood throughout the whole first and second floor, 9-foot ceilings. Wait for the photos, but I definitely think there's a lot of good features just in the description there. 245 Wedham, 1987 square feet. It's a Southbury, okay, so semi-detached. It doesn't blow your mind with, like, it doesn't drop the awesome hammer in terms of like the staging and how it all comes together, but there's enough size here that we're seeing smaller models than this selling in this price range, so who knows what'll happen. I think you look at your competition, and I've talked about this last week, is that there's a huge amount of semis right now in that low 400 range. It's a huge amount of semis. So 924th line is at 414.9. Now we're moving to detached home and about 1,500 square feet. This one's just over 15, like 1510, hardwood floor. It's on 4th line, but there was one on Clark just a couple doors down from James Snow, and they listed for this within a week. They got their price that they wanted. So who knows? That's probably the basis for what these guys are trying to do. 832 Hemlock. This one's already gone. I just threw it in just to show you. 55 by 110 foot lot. You've got a back split, single car garage. It looks like it's certainly been well taken care of. The roof's been done, and I think, that's a good sale for Old Milton. Absolutely. There's a listing here in Old Milton that's really good. It's coming up in a couple. So 1541 Swan, 449.8, and so we've got a Wyndham Corner, 3 bedrooms. So you've got 2 washrooms down in the basement, plus a washroom. Just around the corner, there was one listed at $449, sold for more than asking just a week or two ago. And again, these guys are probably trying to sort of straddle that sale and do what they did. So great stuff. That's a good looking listing. Bishop. So here's the Old Milton one I was talking about. Double car garage, 37 by 118 foot lot. Just lots of good features here. Front porch, you've got your landscaping here. You may find that there's hardwood underneath these carpets. That's highly likely. And then you've got an addition in the back here too. You've got exposed wood. The kitchen here, a little bit older, like it's a bit of an older reno, but it's certainly been done nice. And pot lights, lots of storage there. It's a good looking listing. Now they're looking for actually February of next year. So if you think about it, that's like 5 months away. Well, I'll tell you what, it gives you lots of time to sell your house, but there may not be every single person who's looking to move that late. Kearns, Powell model, 1,900 square feet, 464.9, and there's just shots of the outside, which is terrific looking. I mean, it's beautiful. The grass, these guys have taken meticulous care of their home. It is a finished basement inside. You're getting about 10 feet deeper in the backyard. Beyond there, it really doesn't give us a lot of information. There's no inside shot. So wait for that one. That could be a sleeper pick. 803 Howden, 474.9. Thistle Bay. We sold the last Thistle Bay up in the 480s. Now, again, this one, what was the expression I used before? It doesn't drop the awesome hammer. It's a little cluttered inside. I hope that people can see past it. There's extra pantry space here. There's a dude walking down the hallway, but there's some hardwood stairs if you look past that. 4 bedrooms. It's a great floor plan. Okay, so the only thing this model's missing, and I've heard this over and over, is a double car garage. But if you're looking for that single, this is one of the biggest ones you'll find. 2237 square feet. October 1st is their ideal possession date. Here's a funny thing that I saw here. So it says over $40 spent in upgrades. I thought that was hilarious. $40. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Now you know what they mean. But anyways, I thought it was funny. So 1008 Bennett, 489.9. We're talking about 2025 square feet, Shady Glen. The 4-bedroom model, so it's got all the great stuff on the main level, and then they've actually added extra space from the original Shady Glen. Good backsplash. You've got some hardwood floors here. Ooh, this is a long list today. Okay, so you've got a finished basement here, pot lights, and that pond has some kind of influence. I don't know exactly where it is. This is on the south part of Bennett. $49. Not a bad price, really. Lots of square footage for the amount they're asking. So 1293 Roper. You can see this one when you're getting off the highway on James Snow, so it faces the on-ramp or the off-ramp. $499 double car garage. Huge amounts of value here if you're willing to live with that location. Nice high ceilings. They've upgraded the light fixtures. The flooring's been done. The kitchen, I love how they do the facing here. Not every builder does that, okay? So that just gives it an extra, it looks better. I mean, you've got the moldings up top in the kitchen, backsplash, nice stuff, okay? So it's a good listing. There's a finished basement there too. So, I mean, they've got it going on for sure. 203 Diamond, this is a Royal Fern, 2047 square feet. You can check the virtual tour. The photos aren't actually loaded on the listing, but they're in the virtual tour. There have been some outstanding versions of this model, like other addresses, and I mean, they've sold for a lot less than this. So I mean, they're definitely competing against the 3 or 4 previous sales for this model, down more in the low fives, and the most recent one being about a month ago. It didn't have hardwood floors, but you know, still some good listings that have sold there. I think that they have the potential to beat all those guys. 539 might still be a stretch compared to those, but not necessarily what else has been out there. So 1207 Winter, 3,000 square feet. It's a Montgomery model. One of my favorite layouts. I think it's a great layout. Big kitchen here. You've got a huge family room, dining room, all those pieces that people like. Ensuite's big. You've got those nice Hunter Douglas blinds there, and yeah, fully fenced. You're on a great street on Winter. That's a good looking listing. Great place to be under 600. Jesse's at 649. This is out in Campbellville. It's 100 by 273. There's a bit of an irregular lot there, and you've got a pond. So how cool is that? It's basically waterfront property. 3 bedrooms upstairs. You got 2 bedrooms down. It's on a communal well, so there's definitely things you want to examine with that. But it's a great looking listing. 221 Cathcart. Very unique feature about this one is it's got a huge piece of land, 4 bedroom, 4 washroom, 2,900 square feet. And so we talked about the Montgomery being $599. The difference on this one is it's just got a huge, massive piece of property. Wood deck's been done. Inside, the cosmetics are beautiful. You can even see the little detail on the door here. So that's a little office you can use. I don't know. That's probably on the 2nd level. Big, thick baseboards. The kitchen's been renoed. Yeah, I mean, this is a good-looking listing. And with that lot, it's just the complete cherry on top on this one. Awesome stuff. 886 chambers. You've got the interlock driveway. It's a 3,300 square foot home with a finished basement. Yeah, I don't know if people are going to be like, if there's enough upgrades in this one. It certainly is up there in size. I mean, there's no doubt with that finished basement. $725. It's a tough price range. Over 7 in Milton. Extremely difficult to sell homes up in that range. So that's the list for today. Huge list. Thank you for being patient. We'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.